All right, let me quickly introduce the guys that are here with me. Let me start from my immediate right. Let me introduce someone coming on to the show for the first time. It gives us so much pleasure. Toby Additional, let me welcome you to the show.
Yeah, I'm glad. It's an honor meeting, working with you on Sport Channel tonight.
Yeah, it's a pleasure having you as well. And as usual, Femi Adeveso on Thursday. As you know, Femi is an all-rounder, so we have to bring him in, talk basketball, talk football, talk anything. Femi, nice having you with us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, Yemi, as usual, doing sports, every Thursday. It's always exciting, when I know it's time to talk sports.
Okay, let's take you to Brazil. But before we go to Brazil, let's talk Russia. Let's talk about Russia. And the Russians in the news, they're putting up something for their own athletes that would not be in Rio. And it's day two. The Russians, where they're competing against themselves, that's just the way to put it, Femi. They are staging this in several training bases in Moscow, in the Moscow region, and you have athletics, cycling, sitting volleyball, table tennis, wheelchair tennis, and other sports that are included in the program for the summer Paralympics. But let me ask you, how you react to all of this coming from the Russians?
I think first is, what name do we actually call this?
I don't know.
The
Paralympic event?
Well,
I don't know.
But they did the same thing for the able-bodied athletes, during the main Olympics. So I'm not particularly surprised, that they are doing the same thing. And those guys actually even got, even larger sums of money, than the people who participated. But the funniest thing, or the funny thing for me, is the fact that, the Russian president also said they'll be getting replica medals, like what they would have received in Brazil, during this game. It shows the kind of, should I say, unity in the strength of the Russian community. I like the fact that they are able to still stand. Yes, they couldn't, wave the blanket ban, unlike, the able-bodied athletes who some associations allowed, the Russian athletes to participate. But this time around for the Paralympics, everybody was thrown out. But with all the investment that has gone into practice, that has gone into training, and the kind of discovery that you make, from the youth program of the Russian athletics, I don't think it will be meaningful for them to just sit out. So I like the fact that they're also being proactive. They might miss this Olympics, but there's still a competition to develop, those talents
who the real essence
eventually exactly come out, and of course there's money to be made.
Your reaction, Toby, quickly. The Russians, some people are saying on moral grounds maybe they shouldn't be doing this.
No, it's a fantastic one for me. Looking at the fact that they were banned, but you could see the enthusiasm in them. I think our FA should learn from this. Our federations, they should learn from this. Look at the enthusiasm which this Russian Federation has on regarding their sports. I think if we can replicate that over here, I think we'll move forward.
Yeah, it's part of all the obstacles the Russians are just going to show that, look, the real essence is to make these people have a sense of belonging, make them feel that they are part of everything, and nobody's going to deny them of that opportunity. And that's what the Russian Sports Ministry, the Russian government have done for all their athletes. And let's talk about another funny one. Mild drama at the opening ceremony of the 2016 Paralympics when a Belarusian official decided to hoist or wave the banner of Russia, and the organizers felt it was, like it was a crime, and the organizers felt it was mutiny of some sort. Some have even called it a betrayal. But Femi, I don't know. Weighty words. I don't know. I think you have a choice to wave any flag you want to. But if you're a Belarusian, I expect it's going to be your national flag. So why Russia? I think it's a statement.
Yes. If you're going to wave a flag, definitely the name of the country will be called. And I'm sure it was Belarus that was called. Not Belarusia. The real sense of it, but I really don't know exactly. Maybe it has roots. Of course, definitely, Belarus, they fall out, they break out of the Russian Federation. But really, I really don't know what the man was thinking. to have done that, and really he had to be punished, no doubt about it, because this is a country that has been banned from
Belarus,
the
you're not a Russian, no matter, irrespective of the links.
The statement was made, there's a blanket ban on Russia. So anything that has to do with Russia, wasn't meant to be there. I'm sure if he was probably carrying another country's flag, maybe Slovakia or Slovenia, this, won't make the news. But Andrei Fomoshkin has been thrown out of the games.
His accreditation cancelled.
And I'm sure you will go back now and be thinking and be asking yourself why exactly. Because the statement at the end of it didn't catch attention. I guess he was just trying to pull a media stunt, that has ended up not working in his favor this time around.
Okay, so that's how it went for the Belarusian official that decided to take a stand for Russia. And it was seen by the International Paralympic Committee as mutiny. All right, let's quickly move on from there. Really not much to report as regards Team Nigeria for now. Earlier you were talking about the table, what it looks like.
Yes, China, they are currently topping the table.
Okay.
And then we have Brazil. For obvious reasons, they come second, courtesy of their home support. They have their fans and crowd behind them. And then we have Kenya in the mix, and then Greece, the old legend, so to say.
Yeah, they all started from Greece.
They started good. I think with time, I think they will meet up with the likes of Brazil, who are not the usual names in Paralympic competitions. So I think with time, we should be seeing the usual names.
Coming up.
China,
United
US,
States,
and
Russia,
and Nigeria.
Hopefully, yeah.
They are fond of winning medals at the Paralympic Games.
Tail end.
Yeah, yes. Well, because of the events, usually the powerlifting, and even I like the fact that I'm playing para table tennis as well, and the sprints. Anna Babalá is one to watch out for. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing that lady race on the wheelchair. She's incredible, racing there. But the powerlifting is where I'm most optimistic about.
Our strength
because
lies.
That's where our strength is. In London we won gold medals. We won about 5 of them. In Beijing in 2008 we won medals as well. I think we won 4 there as well. So we have a trend of actually winning medals, at the Paralympic Games. So I know for sure that it won't be like the case, of the able-bodied Olympics where we got just 1 bronze medal. At least we'll get a gold from somewhere, definitely.
Okay. Since we're still talking about these special athletes, yesterday on the show, we were talking about the athletes from Kwara staging a protest. We had the side of the athletes barricaded the stadium, protesting unpaid wages. Some promises made were not kept, and the drama that played out wasn't really good. We hope to follow up with that today and take the side of the administrators and hear what they have to say about what went down yesterday, and maybe attempts made to resolve issues. So when we're ready to do that, we'll get across to you. But guys, before we go on the break, let me quickly bring you in. Let me start with you, Toby. Femi, rather. How do we ensure that we don't have these issues? Sportsmen now feel the best way to get their demands is to either say we're going on a strike or, block somewhere, grab attention. You want to think there are better ways to do this.
Yeah,
but it seems to be the most effective way to be heard.
Yeah, exactly. You just took that out of me. As sad as it is, they are left with no choice. Because they won't be taken serious if they don't make that deliberate effort, to actually boycott or go on the street, and allow people and the media, to see the fact that they are there. These guys, they are suffering a lot. Let's even throw it open. Beyond, just, the para-athletes. All the athletes, we looked at the build-up to the Olympic Games, even for the Paralympics, and the main Olympics. It was nothing to write home about. Yes, we're putting fingers at the fact of the economy, but how well have we prepared? Before the downturn came, what structures have we put in place? What things have we done? For example, I'll still go back to the Olympic Games, the Eagles, You know, the 23 Eagles were in Atlanta. Yes, they were controversial about how they got there, but the major point that we must understand is that they were planning. You know, they were preparing. The D Tigers were in the US. You know, nobody knows how they got there. Nobody knows what they were doing there or the finances that were involved. But guess what? They were preparing. That's why we can look at probably those two teams and say they gave a very good performance. Same thing for table tennis as well.
There was a little something.
Yes, the athletes needs motivation. You know, they need to be prepared. You are competing against the best in the world. The Olympic Games is not, you know, at the backyard of your house where you just form local champion. You are playing people who are arguably top notch. So these things need to be put in place. You know, these athletes need to be the main focus. And unfortunately, our administrators, you know, usually take the shine off the athletes, which isn't, you know, the right thing.
How it should be. Okay. You want to have?
And one thing is, this issue keep popping up. I don't know why. I think we should move from the section of government funding every section of sport. We can always go for sponsorship deals with companies, multinational companies. They're willing to help.
Plans.
Exactly. It's not all the time the government sponsor sports payments.
Especially now that they have a lot on their hands.
Exactly. I think, he's right about that. It should be a partnership.
All right.
You know, instead of just full-fledged.
The old weight on government. Okay.